Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, that I don't care about contacting her at her house, but you can't take away the law library, and you can't take away my YouTube, and you can't take away my First Amendment right. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day. God bless America, land that I love. I'm so hyped up that I just smoked that prosecutor in a court of law like I should have. So you gotta understand, the prosecutor, the judge, and the city council and the mayor, they all work at the same company. Why would they not all work together against me? Ooh, baby, it's a wild world. Bow, 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 bow. Hey, and kangaroo, we're gonna eat slabs of kangaroo in about 2 hours. We're gonna be smoking joints, eating slabs of kangaroo. Love you. Love you. Stay free.
This story is about Lane Myers, an American patriot with a passion for the Constitution and Bill of Rights. Take this as an introduction and a means to spread awareness of the brute, malicious prosecution this innocent man has faced and continues to endure in the police state of Arizona. Before this woman, Shannon Walker, Lane was 16-0 in Arizona, victory after victory defending his rights against tyranny and weaponization of the law. Representing himself in court, he single-handedly owned and humiliated a prosecutor in Pima County, Arizona court. This prosecutor, Matt Walker, is the husband of Shannon Walker, this woman. This wonderful husband and wife will go on to silence Lane and try to keep him behind bars for the rest of his natural life. Interestingly enough, Lane's wife worked at the same place as Shannon Walker, the University of Arizona, which Lane's wife was fired from because of retaliation with what was happening to Lane. One day, Lane left a voicemail on Shannon Walker's phone, which he obtained on the state of Arizona's website. Shannon Walker's contact information can clearly be seen on this government website, public access. What has happened to Lane since leaving Shannon a voicemail, you might ask? Lane has been smacked with 14 more charges, 8 of which are felonies. Don't worry, I have the voicemail for you right here. If protecting your information is important to you, you'll enjoy today's sponsor. For those actually interested in effectively shielding their private information on the web, I'd like to introduce to you Aura. Ever wonder if your personal or sensitive information is being exposed in places like the dark web? Most of you have your own story to tell, whether it's your personal experience or someone you're close to. I vividly remember when my family told me of a time they received a spam call aimed at using me to get their payment information. The scammer told my family that I was in jail and that they had to provide their credit card information to accept a supposed call from me. Fortunately, my family didn't fall for it, thank God, but these scammers were able to create a believable story from leveraging my personal information they were able to retrieve online through data brokers. Also, we've all seen the news headlines regarding the data breaches at various major banks, such as Bank of America. It takes 277 days on average to report a breach, and that's loads of time for your data to be exposed months before you even hear about it. Why give these criminals a head start? Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, social security number on the dark web. This enables me to be proactive as opposed to reactive in the event someone gets their hands on my information to access my credit or bank accounts. I refuse to leave myself or my family at risk to these data breaches, and that's why I use Aura. I'm giving each and every one of you watching this video the opportunity to try it for free. Yep, you heard that correctly. If you don't want to leave yourself or your family vulnerable either, you can click on the link in the description of this video I've provided to try your 2 weeks free. And if you decide that you want to continue to use it afterwards, it's only an affordable $12 a month when you sign up through my link. Why not?
You have reached Shannon Walker, Director of Special Projects at the James B. Rogers College of Law. Please leave a message and I'll call you back as soon as I have a chance. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Lane Myers, 520-771-2021. I see you're Director of Special Projects. Well, I'd like to ask if you could approve a special project where you help me end your husband's career for being a crooked ass cop, prosecutor, wannabe, whatever he is, hiding these cops from prosecution. I figured the U of A, maybe Stacy could help me. Maybe I should talk to you or Stacy or maybe one of these. Because, you know, my wife also is an alumni of the College of Law and is actually, has taught there. So, like, we got two sides that are about to come crashing together here. So, you can help me teach your husband how to follow the law, or I'm going to take his career. So, I figured since I'm a member of the community and my wife's an alumni of the law school, that maybe I could get access to the materials at the law school in order to fight for justice, since Stacy's all about justice. So I guess I got to call Stacy next.
I have wondered about, just that goes to my fear of Mr. Myers, is that I don't believe he's been ordered to not have any weapons. I don't know if that's something that can be considered.
Because this Christine Ford Amber Heard of a woman, Lane has accumulated 14 additional charges, all having to do with supposed harassment and stalking. Pima County, Arizona started racking up the charges shortly after Shannon Walker filed a civil injunction which led to Lane Myers supposedly violating the injunction. Lane has never been in the same room with Shannon Walker aside from the courtroom for hearings. After Shannon Walker had Lane put in jail to silence him from telling his story on YouTube and posting public information, Lane has been slapped with another 3 felonies while sitting in jail for saying Shannon Walker's name from the jail phone to a friend. Lane Myers currently faces 45 years to life in prison, even more years when the 3 additional felonies are indicted. All this because a woman says she feels harassed. I guess the Me Too movement is alive and well in Pima County. You can't say her name. What's her name? No! Shannon Walker.
I'm a news organization.
I'm glad to hear that.
Good. So get out of my face now.
You came to me.
Because your guy put his hands on me, give me his name and so I can file a complaint on him against in the FTCA. What's your name and badge number?
Badge number is 4284.
What's your name?
You're not getting my name.
4284?
That's correct.
You're not giving me your name?
Correct.
How do I know you're actually law enforcement?
You can contact the Marshal Service and verify it.
4284?
That's correct.
So if I call Rich Tracy right now, he's going to say who you are?
He may.
All right. Hey, Rich, who's badge number 4284 over here? U.S. Marshals, the little short guy.
The red-headed guy?
No, he's got like short, bald, short hair. He's like 5'3" or 4" or something, and he's says he's the deputy. What'd you say you are?
Lane is still currently sitting in jail. The girl gang on one of his recent hearings revoked Lane's bond. When he's not being charged for any violent crimes and isn't a flight risk, the female judge is keeping Lane locked up until trial on the basis of the 3 new felonies when Lane hasn't been indicted for these charges. It seems Lane's rights end where women's feelings begin. Is this the United States of America?
Because it's a public building.
Don't be disruptive. This is the last time we're telling you this.
Am I detained? I'm lawfully detained? All right, cool. What's the charge?
Disturbing the peace. You're under arrest.
Cool.
Although this arrest was unrelated, it goes to show Arizona does whatever they want. Are we, the citizens, forbidden from contacting our government employees during business hours and/or via contact information posted on a .edu government website? Seems unlikely in Pima County. Let's verify whether or not Shannon Walker's workplace is a government entity. Let's have a look at the Arizona Board of Regents .edu website. The Arizona Board of Regents is the governing board for the state's public universities, and it goes on to list what those universities are. Oh look, one of those universities is the University of Arizona. Wow. The board provides policy guidance in such areas as academic and student affairs, financial and human resource programs, student tuition fees and financial aid programs, university capital development plans, strategic plans, legal affairs, and public and constituent outreach. The board consists of 12 members, 11 voting and 1 non-voting. This includes the governor and superintendent of public instruction as ex officio members, each serving while they hold office, and 2 student regents. You can already see that it's the governor who has jurisdiction here. This isn't a private business with a CEO. This is run by the government. That means everyone who works for the University of Arizona, including the other schools here listed on the Arizona Board of Regents website, works for the government, which means they are public employees.
No branch of any federal, state, or local government in this country should ever attempt to control the content of political speech. Rankin versus McPherson. Government employees should not have been, in this case, the government did so in a manner that was objectively outrageous.
Lane initially and lawfully contacted a public employee, this public employee, to verify if she had anything to do with his wife's termination of her career. Lane's stacked charges began just after the one single voicemail you heard. That's all it took to get Pima County interested in turning Lane's life upside down. Since then, Lane has left, I believe, 2 more voicemails to Shannon Walker and posted multiple YouTube videos about his story, including Shannon Walker. Nothing Lane did rose to the level to warrant this malicious prosecution. It's viciousness, pure evil, and cold-hearted.
In my ear, when I heard that voicemail, your tone of voice did not seem professional, your language did not seem professional, you used vulgarity.
I didn't use vulgarity.
Well, maybe that's
That was the voicemail somebody else left.
Maybe that's in the eye of the listener.
That was a different voicemail.
Help me understand why that's...
Because I can. It's my First Amendment activity, and I only did it once. And it's my right to, as a news reporter, to call her and address her in my way. I didn't tell her I was going to threaten her, hurt her, any way, shape, or form.
What's the legitimate purpose for going to her office?
To interview her, to see if she got my wife fired. Because so the reason 912 was the voicemail, right? Within 2 hours of 912, my wife was getting an award she was a law clerk for a federal judge across the street. At 2 p.m., she was getting an award on 912. At 3 p.m., she was getting sent home because somebody called over there, and I believe it was Miss Walker.
And the legitimate purpose for including Miss Walker's contact information in the YouTube videos and asking your followers to reach out to her?
Constitutionally protected activity, and I'm going to make that argument right now. So under LaFaro versus Cahill, injunction harassment which prohibited alleged harasser from any in-person contact with alleged harassment victim was unconstitutionally overbroad because of its infringement of alleged harasser's constitutional rights to free speech. Alleged harasser was restrained from engaging in political speech in her alleged harassment victim's presence. So what it's saying is I can go there. In this, very clearly it says that I can go there, and just because she felt harassed, it literally defines what legitimate purpose is in this case. And so I have the right to go there and ask her for an interview. So she's saying that when I first left that voicemail, she called the U of A police and they told her to take her name tag down, right? And all her colleagues were worried. But then when I went there on October 9th, instead of them seeing me, and they all knew I was trying to harass her, instead of them saying, oh, sir, she's not here, let's call the police, oh, we were told to call something, they said, literally, sir, hold my hand, we'll walk you right to her office. These colleagues that were supposed to be so frightened of what's going to happen to Shannon, in the video, you'll watch them say, she's right over here, and I say, no, I don't want to go to her office. They say, oh, it's fine, it's open to the public. You can walk right over there, I'll go with you. My YouTube channel is the third party, sir, so when I'm speaking to many third parties, we never refer to it as a 10 party, whether she's one party, I'm the other party, a third party.
Why shouldn't I either find explicitly or by inference that by giving Ms. Walker's contact information, complaining about her and encouraging people to contact her, that's not you causing a communication with her?
Oh, absolutely. We have the right to communicate with her. I want as many people possible to contact her, and they're going to keep contacting her under the First Amendment. Why didn't she get an injunction against that guy?
And why do you think that it's appropriate?
Because the Supreme Court has ruled on this. I'm going to read it to you.
Finish, please. Why do you think it's appropriate for you, in this case, to encourage others to call Ms. Walker to complain about things?
The people that pay her paycheck have the right to call her anytime they want, as long as they don't threaten her under true threats, which is what I'm going to read right now.
And you think you're allowed to cause other people to contact her on your behalf?
Absolutely. That's what the news does. They put out a news report and people call. And just what you just said, I can go home right now and make a video saying, hey, call Griffin and tell him he doesn't know what he's doing. You can't get me in trouble for it. I've done it with Judge Walton when she issued this. So where's the ticket? Where's the charge? You can't stop me. Those same people that called her called Judge Walton as soon as this was issued. I don't see nobody getting charges. I don't see nobody getting injunctions. And what they said to Judge Walton was way worse than what they said in that video.
Couple things. Lane has suffered charges based on others reaching out to Shannon, and somehow Lane is responsible for what other adults have said. Second, we never hear the supposed evidence that others were saying things to Shannon that would truly fall under harassment. Can you show us the phone calls, Pima County? There was another woman, public servant, a colleague of Shannon Walker, who tried to nail Lane Myers on harassment, and it was shot down. And that was for Lane leaving multiple voicemails. So why, oh why, are they going after Lane Myers for Shannon Walker? Well, it's because she is the wife of Matt Walker, who Lane Myers completely annihilated, humiliated, made Matt Walker the laughingstock in Pima County, a prosecutor who embarrassingly lost to Lane Myers in another hearing prior to this whole debacle that's been going on between Lane Myers and Shannon Walker. You can't say her name. You just can't say it. What's her name? Shannon Walker!
The defendant has left. The minute entry could note that on his way out, the defendant repeatedly cussed at the judge.